Very, very warm. Good morning here from Germany. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. Good afternoon to you in India or in other parts of the world. Maybe good evening in other parts of the world, wherever you're watching. Welcome back to the channel Arun Foot. It's another watch along, and today it's another watch along from the AFC Under 20 Women's Asian Cup, in which Chinese Taipei will face our India Under 20 Women's National Team to decide who will finish third in the Group C of the championship in 2026 in Thailand. Interesting one to see if India can make it or not, given the realities of the situation. And to me, the question remains, can India, in some sort of way, pull it off or not? Or will once more a team from Chinese Taipei beat an Indian women's team, something which has happened a few times in the last few years? And hi, Raj. Congrats on the Bayern win. Thank you very much. Good win, solid win. Should have been a bigger win, but again, that's a different conversation. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about it today. Still, we're not winning this. No, Raj. Again, this is where I go back. I've used to say it a lot of times, where my head is saying we're going to lose it. My heart wants us to win. That's I always want an Indian football team to win, but the reality is that this Chinese Taipei team, the way they played and the way we have played also this tournament, um, we're not as good as certain people wanted to make us over the last few weeks, and that's a sad reality that we all have to wake up to, and we'll have to see what the girls can do tonight. Let me look at the starting lineup that the coach has chosen. Joachim Alexanderson starts with Ribanshi in goal, so Mona Lisa is being replaced. Thoibisana, Pooja, Sibani, Ningdai Kim, Bhumika, Remy, Shubangi, Anju, Sulanjana, and Cindy in the starting lineup for India, for the Indian women's national team in this AFC Under 20 Women's Asian Cup. And yeah, let's see what these players can do. So it means one change at the back, Mona Lisa being replaced by Ribanshi. Maybe the coach wasn't happy with the performance of the keeper, but to blame it on the keeper would be, I think, a little too easy. So if I look at the format, Remy as a right back, Shubangi as a left back, Thorbisana and Cindy Komi in the center back positions, Linde Kim, Bhumika, um, Pooja, and Anju in the middle with Suranjana, and then Sivani up front. Will be interesting to see what the Indian women's national team can do in this game, and what can be the outcome against Thailand. Sorry, Thailand in Thailand against Chinese Taipei, because that's an opponent who will surely be testing us tonight. And looking at the starting lineup of Chinese Taipei, they've got Jian Chu Ji, Lee Chun Mei, Lo Yu Xiu, Ma Ho Ya, Lin Su Yang, Chang Su Yu, Liao Zi Nyang, sorry, Liao Zi Ning, Wang He Hui San, and Li Yong Shan, Shao Su Yi, and Huang Yi Ping. So that's the starting lineup for Chinese Taipei in this match against India, in which hopefully the Indian girls can do something. But again, it's not an easy one. It's a tough call for us because Chinese Taipei have shown what they can potentially do. And for us, this is about trying to get a result in some sort of form way, trying to figure out what India can do. And once more, at the start of this live watch along, reminder, do like, do share, do subscribe to Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias on X, on Instagram, and other platforms. This is arunfoot.com. And yeah, do support the channel. We stand at 4,074 subscriptions at this moment. Thank you very much. So we're growing nicely over the last few weeks and months. And hopefully, also watch my ISL Game Week 7 review, which I put together. Um, where I look at game week 7, it's heating up slowly, and let's see what happens in the coming days and weeks. Problem is we do not have any player forward to score goals, and forward was we're not able to score goals. Yeah, Anup. Yeah, I was reading something yesterday also, which I found very interesting. Also, is a factor is height, right? That our tallest players, Thoibi Sana, is 1 meter 68, and that Cindy is 164, and everybody else is shorter. So therefore, for me, that's another thing that height is weirdly a factor which speaks against us, as both the teams are getting ready for kickoff, which I wasn't really aware of. But again, I felt, again, it's something which you see, and therefore that's something which across a lot of teams, physicality is a problem. We saw that especially against the Australians, who were physically much better than we were, and therefore that match turned out to be very one-sided. Yeah, and therefore it'll be interesting to see what happens in this game. For India, the situation is very clear. India is the worst of the third place teams with a goal difference of, potential third place teams with a goal difference of -11. Chinese Taipei has a -7. Vietnam has finished the group ahead of Bangladesh on -5. Uzbekistan or Jordan are on -8, -9. So India would theoretically need a big win, except if there is a draw between Uzbekistan and Jordan, to potentially go ahead if they can beat Chinese Taipei. So therefore, that's going to be an interesting one to see. Right, both the teams are ready for kickoff. It's 11 p.m. here in Germany, 2:30 in India, 4 p.m. in Thailand, as India have kickoff from the right to left, playing in their orange away kits, while Chinese Taipei are playing in their traditional, a little darker shade of blue. Is the younger to confirm? No, it's not. Attacking players might be shortest in the entire tournament. Garo, I think so, would be. I don't know if anyone has got shorter players than us. And again, we saw that against Australia. That's the drawback. Let's see what we can do. There are passages where Nasty combine. You can see what Joachim Alexanderson has been working on, but the height factor, in my opinion, is a very big problem. India combining in the back line. Shubhangi plays it to Sulanjana. Sulanjana on the wing. You have to be careful. Back to Thulbisana. Cindy. Remy. Back to Cindy. Cindy plays it forward, headed out by Chinese Taipei. Yeah. And we earn a throw in. Even many times in Japan, team has difficulty against Sweden. Yeah, I know. Chinese Taipei. Head coach Si Chin Chun with a mask on the bench. Most probably has a cold then. Chinese Taipei win the ball in the Indian box. First attempt on goal. Just misses the target. The striker, Liao Ji Ning, wins the ball. Directly takes the shot, and Ribansi was scrambling. If that had been on target, would have been in. Difficult start for India. Sulanjana looking for support, loses the ball. Yeah, Chinese Taipei win the ball again. Yeah, India a little sloppy. Ball into the danger zone, and that has to be cleared by Cindy for the first corner for Chinese Taipei in the 3rd minute. Joachim Alexanderson, his team coming directly under pressure in this game. And that won't be to the liking of head coach Alexanderson. Corner gone a little over. But Chinese Taipei have the ball. Played into the box. And that's a back heel, but no problem for Bansi. Shubangi. Looking for options. Yeah. And doesn't have any. Plays it to Chinese Taipei. Gets it back. Visana punts it forward. Chance for India to break. And that is a wasted pass from Ling Dae Kim. Chwangi has the ball back. Ling Dae Kim with a good cross. But easy collection for Jian Yu J. G, sorry. I don't care if you don't qualify. Just give a good fight today, said Prasanjit. Okay. Yeah, that would be the question. Can we give them a good fight? Are we in a position to give them a fight? Or are our deficiencies exposed once more? Yeah, India having problem to control the ball. And Chinese Taipei has the speed on their side, but well done by Remy. Throw in Chinese Taipei. Remy and Pooja on that right side. Lin Chun Mei, the captain. Oh, that goes out. Throw in India. India needs to clear their lines. India in the middle of the park. Try and play it forward. Nah, could be an interesting ball forward if they can keep it in. And that's the first corner for India. Cleared by Huang Yi Ping. Corner for India. Sulanjana Ral to take it. Good corner. Headed out by Taiwan. But India put a little bit of pressure on Taiwan and they don't control the ball. Ball goes out. Throw in. India on the right. Can they create something out of this? A short attempt, but easy collection. Shot from Shibani. Yeah, little movement from the keeper and she had it in arms. India back with the ball. 7 minutes nearly played. Oh, it's a decent cross. Maybe a chance for India to shoot, but again, easy collection for keeper Jian. Sulanjana. India win it, but lose it again. Chinese Taipei on their right flank. Wangi. And with a touch corner. Corner from the right for Chinese Taipei. ready to take it. Corner for Chinese Taipei. Oh, flies through the box. India able to clear it. Long range attempt. Just goes over. Long range attempt. Yeah. Goes over by Lo Yu Siu. Mhm. The other end. Throw in for Taiwan. Win the ball. India win the ball back. Play it back. Yeah. India better in the game. India on the left. Shivani into the middle. That's a good pass, but cleared by Taiwan. Not far enough. Back with India. And ball collected by keeper Jian. Ball out to Sulanjana. Decent cross, but yeah. Ling De Kim can't get to it. India win the ball. In the middle of the park. Played to the right. Ball forward. Cross in, but that goes behind the goal. Goal kick for Taiwan. Shivani. 10, 11 minutes now on the clock. India better in the game than they were the other day against Australia or against Japan. Uh, India with the ball. India like to play those high crosses, which I don't see as a medium. Taiwan or Chinese Taipei with the chance to break. India as well to block them off. Chinese Taipei playing in their own back line. India clear. Throw in for Chinese Taipei. Throw in to be taken by Lo Yu Siu. Long ball forward. Oh, ball directly towards the goal, but goes wide. From the number 11, Liao Ji Ning. A little over optimistic with that short attempt. India with a goal kick. India trying to play forward. Blocked by Chinese Taipei. India again have the ball. Sivani. Sulanjana gets past one, but doesn't get past two. Oh, India lose it in attack position. Chance for. I want to break. No. Sulanjana. One on one. One on one. Can she get it in? Shot in. No. Blocked by Chinese Taipei. India win the ball back. Taiwan clear their lines. But Shubhangi has it. Pass it back to Thorbisana. Bhumi. Remy. To Bhumi. Tries to play it long. That should be a shot and goal. And Ling De Kim completely open in front of the keeper and can't score. Great chance for India there. Don't know if it was given offside. Let's see that again. No, the first attempt isn't. The second is perceived to be a foul on the keeper. Good chance for India. "15 minutes now on the clock." Yeah, Manibal almost a goal. Yeah, India started a little scared, I felt, in the first few minutes, but they've been getting better into this game. I don't know if Chinese Taipei is impressed by India. India needs to keep it up. But now they are under pressure themselves. Lose the ball. Keeper out of position. Oh, lucky. Ribansi that the ball comes into her hands. Liao Jining had an own empty goal in front of her. Just had to chip the keeper. Yes, Hannibal. Wow, no missed the goal again. At the other end. Chances within seconds at both ends. It's still goalless between Chinese Taipei and India at the AFC Under-20 Women's Asian Championship. Throw in for Taiwan in their own half. A mistake from Cindy in the build-up. And Liao Ji Ning couldn't utilize that chance. Shwangi wins it. Back to Thorbisana. Back to Ribansi. Cindy. Thorbisana. Sulanjana doesn't get to it. Thorbisana. Cindy. Shivani. Remy. Ling De Kim. Shubhangi. Davas. Sulanjana will get to it. Into the box. Cleared. That should be a good chance for India, but then foul given against Shivani. I just want to know what techniques are being used to this team to play like this. Why aren't Indian coaches this good enough? What has he done? He's worked on the basics. Nothing more, nothing less. And the others are not good enough with the basics. That's the summary, Hannibal. Work on the basics, work on set routines, and you're going to get some results. And that's what Joachim Alexanderson is showing, right? I mean, physically, this team has its deficiencies still, but technically, this team is better than most what we've seen or what we see, women's and men's. But again, we have a height factor, which at international level, at senior level, will be a drawback. But again, what this team is playing is quite good. Right? It's settled. Sulanjana. Oh, good clearance by Taiwan. Only as far as Shwangi will put it back into the box. And the keeper has it. And it says Gibbs performance. Hitesh. Individual performances after 19 minutes to rate is very difficult, in my opinion. Um, you know, that was Bhumi. At the other end, Liao Ji Ning misses another one. The striker is causing a lot of problems to India. Long ball. She just nicks it. Mistake this time by Thoibisana to clear. No, sorry, again by Cindy. Corner for Chinese Taipei. It's a good one. Cleared by India. It will be a throw in from the other side. Yeah. The Chinese Taipei counterattacks are catching us up. Yeah, it's not even counterattacks. They're just simple build-ups. A long ball forward and Cindy's second time with a mistake. Easy mistake. Gives away the ball. You're lucky that the striker isn't good enough. She could have been on 3 goals already now. Oh, Chinese Taipei now back in the box. India are able to clear. That was a handball from Kim. We're playing. Yeah. It is. Remember, we're playing not in Japan, not in Australia. We're playing Chinese Taipei, so therefore, automatically, we will look a little better, right? And again, whatever chances, half chances we're getting, we need to be able to score. Second foul against India, or second foul, and headed out by India. Was gonna roll out, throw in Chinese Taipei. India trying to clear. Lose the ball again. Chinese Taipei now on that right. Move towards the box. And Shubhangi intercepts, clears. Shivani. Homi across to Remy. Does well. Yeah, doesn't have options. Has to play it back. Kalamjana. Shubhangi. Plays it back. Cindy. Sana. Leading the Kim. Cindy. Remy. Cindy. Cindy with too ambitious chip forward. Shivani can't get to it. India used 17 women's. We'll be playing 3 matches in Russia. So what's your opinion? Hitesh, on one side, good exposure against the Russian girls, but on the other side, I live in Germany, so interactions with Russia is not something which I would like to see. But again, India has a different viewpoint on that. Chinese Taipei on the left. Ning again, cleared by Sana. Long ball forward. Not so cleanly played by Chinese Taipei. Chance India has the ball on the right. But that is too ambitious. Cleared. Shubhangi. Shubhangi with a long range attempt. But not on target. 25 minutes on the clock. It's goalless between Chinese Taipei and India. In the all-deciding game, who finishes third in this group? Who will potentially stay in the competition? India first need to win and then need to wish, pray and hope. Long ball forward. Shibani. Shibani in the box. Tries to get it across. Blocked by Chinese Taipei. Oh, there's a chance maybe for a goal, and that's a goal for India. India, go ahead. It's Bhumi, I think. India leading. Yes, it is Bhumi. Chinese Taipei. Shivani, I thought it lost the ball, kept her composure, gets it across, and Bhumi completely free because the defensive midfield of Chinese Taipei don't act. Not the best of shots by Bhumi, but in an attempt to clear it, Lo Yu Xiu puts the ball at the back of the net, and it's India who are ahead against Chinese Taipei and doing long shots. Test events, yes. Yeah, Sasha, sad to see. But the reality. And India score their first goal of the competition in the 27th minute to take a lead against Chinese Taipei. That changes, of course, the composition in the group. India now are third with 3 points, but a goal difference of -10. So from that perspective, Vietnam with -5 stay ahead. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. As we have the drinks break, or cooling break as it's called in Asian football. Captain long ball looks classic. Singer, I think so. Okay, X9P. Once more, let's see. Shivani, shot blocked. Looks and no, doesn't even look around, just puts it into the middle. Lingde Kim doesn't get to it. Sulanjana doesn't get to it. Bhumi does. And trying to clear. Low Yu Siu hits it into his own goal. Foreign coaches in youth and senior team, both men's and women's, can improve our condition, at least become a Thailand type team. Hannibal, yes, will be better. Can we become a Thailand type team? I don't know. That's taking, in my opinion, it's taking a little far. But I'll take that for the moment. I think Joachim Alexanderson, especially in the women's game, Thomas Dennerby has shown that in the past as well, that the influence of these, um, that these foreign coaches work in a certain way can get a little bit more out of the players. And if Indian coaches like it or not at international level, what I've learned in and around national teams has been um, that there's also a respect factor which is there, which Indian players seem to have more for a foreign coach than for an Indian coach, for whatever reason that is. Right. So that's the reality. Yeah, Chinese Taipei looking a little rattled at this moment in time because I don't think they expected this. Foreign coaches, it was better than any coaches. Shame. In short term, yes, but we need Indian coaches. But again, we are treated like second class. If they can do that to Randy, what chance do our coaches have? Sasha, the Randy thing is the one thing. What has happened to him is unfair, but Randy to me is also the best of his generation. But I do think that, sorry, with all due respect to the Indian coaches, most of the foreigners, even uh, it's a problem, and the quality of coaching is not there. And again, if I see who are our Indian coaches, with all due respect, sorry, nothing against Khalid, nothing against Crispin, you shouldn't be in those positions. With all due respect, no, you don't shouldn't be, right? So therefore, this is you're not treated as sometimes Indian coaches are treated as second class citizens. Why? Because you're not first class coaches, right? But no one you talk about it. Johnson makes team tactics better. U20 team looking good. Texas NP. Our players have been deprived of good coaching. Yeah, it's just coach education. A coach education is crap. No, it's not, Sasha. I don't think the coach education is crap. I think the coaches need to learn, the a degree. Oh, India with the chance to counter. Shibani with the shot, and that's the second goal for India. India 2-0 up against Chinese Taipei. Shibani breaks through, and India are leading by 2 goals in this crucial encounter. Just a long ball forward. Taiwanese defender wants the ball to bounce, doesn't go for it. Huang Yiping and Shibani is alert and puts it. Shibani, nice goal, not only for her, but for India, important at this stage. No, I'm not being hard. Yeah, that's a similar prediction. I said looks good. Yes, it's a goal. I'm part of 3 different ecosystems. I can say Indian coaches poor bit. Yeah, Sasha, it will be poor according to Europe, but yeah, what to say? If you don't use the resources properly, that's the end of the question. Long ball from Chinese Taipei. Now, interesting situation because it's not just 1 goal, but 2, right? India's goal difference moves up to -9. Right? So, looking at the situation, the best thing could happen would be an Uzbekistan Jordan draw, right? If if India score a third and Jordan win by 1 goal, then it becomes interesting. We will have to wait and see what happens. Chinese Taipei India win the ball. Yeah, India now can drop a little and play on the counter. Long ball forward. That's a good ball. That could be a third for India. Oh, that goes wide. Sulanjana with the potential. That potentially would have been game, set, and match in this game. Good long ball forward. And that shot does not come goalwards. India now dominating possession. India now looking for a third. And that ball goes out. Throw in for India. Well, then, no, we don't need seven. The problem is it depends on what happens in the other group. I mean, the ideal case scenario, if Uzbekistan, Jordan play a draw, India would be through. Now, if Uzbekistan just win by 1 goal, they're on -7. Jordan will win by 1 goal on -8. We are currently on -9. So at least need 2-3 goals to have a realistic shot at things, right? So 5-0, again, yeah, I'm dreaming at the moment a little, but a 5-0 could be something that could open up something. And India's just in the mood of scoring. They're combining, they're playing good football, these girls. But again, be careful. Chinese Taipei can still counter. Cleared by Shuvangi. The ball will roll out. So therefore, as in 5 would be good to cut it down to -6. That would give us a realistic chance. It looks possible on one side, Sasha, but my worry is that if Chinese Taipei score 1, then they can also score a second. So therefore, to score 5 is potential, but we can also concede 2-3. Therefore, let's hold that 2-0 for now and then try and build on it. That would be sort of my approach at this moment in time. Because if we are going to go too attacking and concede, then it becomes more difficult because every goal conceded would means having to score a goal more. And at this moment in time, yeah, it's looking good for India. It's looking very good for India. After a nervy start, got butter into the game, took the chances that came our way, and deservingly, India leading 2-0. Can we break the rot? Yeah, ball out. India on the left. Sulanjana. Ball into the box. And no one gets to it. And yeah, Chinese Taipei totally off their game at the moment. Looked a little, not a little, they look quite rattled. And that's good for India that they look rattled. They don't know what hit them with the 2 goals. And India now playing nice little combination football, ball into the box. Chinese Taipei just clearing their lines. And goes out for a goal kick. 36 plus minutes on the clock. India conceded a goal against Australia. Yeah, Hitesh, you can see it that way, or you can see it the other way. We should be happy that we didn't concede many more against Australia and Japan. So, you can see it this way, you can see it that way. India headed out, throw in for Chinese Taipei, headed out by Bhumi, the goal scorer of goal number 1. Ball goes through. Dhabisana clears. Yeah. And that first touch of Chinese Taipei is letting him down. Ball through. Shibani. And Sulanjana gets to it. Sulanjana. And Kim, oh, too much. But Shivani's on the wing. Shivani into the box. Cleared by Chinese Taipei. Ball's going to go out for a throw in. 5 can be done, but I'm worried about the backline if there is a surprise counter, but the forward group is giving me some hope. Otherwise, then that's the same thing, right? The result could now have been, I don't know, 5-3 or something. Yeah. Or 4-3 for India. Ooh. Oh, the keeper. Lucky. Gets it to a man or woman rather. India building up in the middle of the park. Ball forward. And just combining nicely. First touch not too good. And now a chance for Chinese Taipei to break on that left wing. A lot of space. Blocked. And that should be a foul for Chinese Taipei against Puja. Against Lin Yongshan. Yeah. Pulled around by Puja. Careful with that free kick would be my saying now. Free kick to Chinese Taipei. That will come into the Indian box. Or is it a direct attempt on goal? It's good save from Rivansi. Came directly on goal from captain Lee Chun Mei. About 35, 35 yards out. And that dipped nicely. That's the thing in female football, women's football. Okay. Not given us a corner. Okay, missed something then. Oh my days, bro. Just scored an inside goal against Japan. Flicked it over the defender and volleyed into the goal. Nice to hear. Oh, that could be a chance for Chinese Taipei. Good block by the Indians. Important block. Chinese Taipei on the right. Ball into the box. India clear. Chance to counter now for India. But Chinese Taipei win the ball back. Come on, every time just clear. No, this not so holding at the back. Okay, the Wellsian wants it to be cleared cleanly. Shortly cleared by they also having already done their first substitution. Oh, and North India with one back. India on the right. Ball into the middle. And Chinese Taipei take no chances. Clear the ball out of danger. It's cleared by Lo Yu Xiu. Ball with India. Cleared. That's right, but throw in for Chinese Taipei on their left. At the moment. Chinese Taipei on the right. Chubangi. Oh, foul given in the end. Chubangi on the substitute Fa Chinling. I haven't watched the other group, but it's interesting. All the teams in our group are playing 4-2-3-2 or 4-4-2. Yeah, it's interesting that the 4-4-2 seems to be like a system which is getting of or celebrating a comeback in Asian football at least. Free kick, Chinese Taipei. The edge. Yeah, on the edge of the Indian box. The referee giving a clear warning to the players, no pushing, no shoving. Chip into the box. Good save. From Rivansi. India steal the ball. Chance for a counter. Shibani. She's all on her own at the moment. She has to wait for the others to move up. Sulanjana will not get to it. Sorry, not Sulanjana. It's Bhumi, I think. Rivansi with an important save. And losing a lot in defense facing up two now. I think it just gives good field cover defense and simple farms. Yeah, could be. And of course, in Europe, a lot of teams are flexible with the systems. They don't play a simple one system all game or defensive and attacking systems. Chwangi, Shibani does well. That goal has given her some confidence. But at the other end, Chinese Taipei, Li Yong Shan, intercepted by India. Ball across, but no one's going to get to it. Again, the goal from Shibani is being shown, and the mistake from Yong Yiping. That's a good goal. And you see Yong Yiping's face. My mistake. Chinese Taipei hold the ball in the middle of the park. Play through. Ball across. Gonna roll out. Goal kick for India. We are already in added time. 47 plus minutes on the clock. Didn't realize that it went so. Yeah. And there's a player down. Shivangi. In some pain. Vivansi. Very good. She's from Meghalaya. Good to see women's players coming from Meghalaya. Yeah, Hitesh. Everyone see Jamu. Every player coming from any state is good for Indian football. Okay, Alexanderson will be a happy man. Oh, India lose the ball. Chinese Taipei in attacking position and just misses the target. Cindy Luck in there. Shao, Su Yi Shao with the shot. If you had the same goalkeeper in the first two match, I would 100% it would have been 3-4 against Australia and same in Japan. This goalkeeper is good. Exactly, you can't say that. See, this is this generalization where I say, oh, because she's playing good today, or, she's better and this and that. Don't compare those opponents, right? If Japan and Australia both, let's be honest about it. If we like it or not, both of them could have taken us to the cleaners and scored both 10 goals, right? Goalkeeper here, goalkeeper there. We were not there in that game. Let's be honest about it. Whatever people say, right? So therefore, this thing, oh, you know what? She would have saved one or two more, and this, yeah, that's the thing, right? So therefore, I don't get it. If I need to play next stage, no, it depends on the outcome of the other result, right? If there's a draw between Uzbekistan and Jordan, oh, that seems to be a serious injury for India. Who's that? Let's see that. Toiba Sana. That would be a big weakening of India if the centre back has to go off. 1-1 Japan, Australia. Mm. Playing U20. Hitesh, you're allowed, no? You've got even the 16-year-olds who are playing these kind of tournaments, right? So therefore, or 15 or 14-year-olds, depending on special ruling. And what was it? Yes, it looks like a centre back. And that would be a big weakening. The tallest Indian player out of this game. And especially this corner has to be saved. Don't concede now, India. And just see Suyu Chuan. Go to corner. Cleared by India. And Kansi has the ball. And that's the halftime whistle after 51 plus minutes. Chinese Taipei nil, India 2. That could be a big, big result for the Indian women's under 20 national team. At the moment, they're going to finish third in the group. Goal difference is a topic, yes. We can't deny that. But it's looking possible, let's put it this way, that we could potentially get to the knockouts. And that would be a huge, huge success for the Indian women's team. These players look to have a better motor skills than a lot of the senior team players. Yeah, Sasha, they have. They surely have. My concern would be is if they go up to the senior level, is the physicality part, because they're just very often too short and don't have those basic skills and those technical skills to withstand also the physical. We saw that against Australia. Australia was bullying us, right? Physically, they're playing against us, right? So that's the thing. So player very fragile. Yeah, no, both the teams are. This is women's football, don't forget it. A little different than in the men's game. Ball receiving is not that bad. Right, it is decent. Why is it bad? Well, decent. Given what we've seen, men's and women's in the recent past, I think it's decent. Not decent, it's good football from our team. Our team is delighted to watch. Yeah, Samath, let's see what they can do. Them as well have a tough group next month. So let's see what the Indian under 17s can do. Another halftime stats 73% possession by India, but 10 to 9 shots for Chinese Taipei, 5 of their 6 of India's on targets, 242 passes by India, only 87 by them. And pass accuracy 66%. So that's an interesting piece of stat that India actually more than two-thirds of the ball. Um, Rare piece of stat, I would say, but that's good. Germany shouldn't be sacked. Uh, I don't think it's a question of if he's going to sack or not. It's a question of if you've got money. Our players are I don't think, Raj, it's malnutrition. I don't know what it is. But again, if you see generally our players, even in the men's game, right, we had a generation before that where the team seemed to be getting taller. And now our players look at a lot of our wingers and midfielders are getting shorter again for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I think physical strength is able to accuse all the Southeast Asian teams of small stature speed. Definitely decisive on the other hand. Sasha, speed can be, but again, I don't think speed is for me the most important thing. For me, is the thing is that how can you use your body, um, how can you position yourself, but those are things that a lot of these girls will have never learned. So therefore, look at some of the Japanese players, but your peripheral view and all those kind of things which you have. So therefore, that's the thing. And again, this is an under 20 team, so how much can you work on them, how much can you improve them? That will be always my concern. Yakim need to be in senior team, says Raj. Goalkeeper is good today. Goalkeeper Anup is very, very good today. Rivansi is doing very well. Panu Yakim was senior team coach. Oh. Yakim has been senior team coach. He's been around for a long time. But again, the question is, do they want to be senior team coaches or do they rather... Pamela Conte, of course, has worked with senior teams, but Yakim has been mainly with youth teams. But again, yeah, some good saves by keeper. She was needed in previous matches. Raj, could be, could not be. The question is, what I ask you is, in today's game, you're going to get to the ball. When you've gotten to the ball, you know, um, that's the point at the end of the day. Um, so to me, would it have made a difference? We don't know. So sorry, but Japanese are no longer that short. Raj, look at some of their female players. Look at some of their male players. They've got, in general, Japanese players have become taller most probably, but they are still the short ones who are technically that good. And again, um, it's not only them; it's players in other countries as well who have not had high height on their side. Um, where you normally wouldn't talk about height factor, right? Lennart Kahl, for example, 18-year-old German sensation, is not even 170. Lionel Messi is not that tall. So that is also, what's the confirmations? Must win lots of goals. Yes, bravo. If we want to win, again, depends on the other match in Group B later on today. And let's see what happens. However, technical robots as many match-winning actions come from maximum velocity situations. Sasha might be, but um, for me, how many match-winning situations they have in a game? I'm talking about generally what is your situation, in the center of the park. What do you need? What do you want? And that is where, for example, in Australia, is very, very evident. Devon Australia is 18 like Sweden. Sweden defeat them. Yes, was very strong and big stout, just like an European player. Hitesh Shubhashda was strong, but he wasn't European level. Sorry. If you are Crispin, how do you feel about getting a temporary contract? You build a senior team, made them qualify, then sideline for tournament, made them coach again, but not long term. Samath, welcome to the realities of Indian football, right? And to me, if I look at the way the team was playing under Crispin in October, November, December last year, and then I saw them play under Amelia Valverde in the tournament. I have to be honest enough, they were better under her. Jordan could be a draw, both at the same level of strength. Samath, draw, not draw. That's always easy to say. Oh, this could be draw, that could be draw. Sorry, let me get me up, and it's. So let's see. Uzbek don't maybe very much. Yeah, yeah. So therefore, for me, to me, we can't depend on others. We need to do our homework. The first homework is to win, but with the -9 goal difference, we're not going to qualify if Jordan or Uzbekistan win, because they will be -7, -8. So therefore, for us, if they just win 1-0. So for us, therefore, the question now is, can we do enough to get the result? Can we do enough to win with a clear cut result? That's the challenge now for India. For India, that's the challenge, to get a result which keeps us in the competition, which um, keeps us in the running for a quarterfinal spot, and therefore that's going to be the key, right? So therefore, for us, we need to continue. We played well. The danger is there with our defense that Chinese Taipei could score. They had also their chances. We're not clinical today for us. They haven't scored in the tournament, so that's very, very good for us. So therefore, these are small little things, right, which we need to keep in mind when we talk about these things. And at the moment, I feel we need to be very clear where we're going, how we're going about it. And at the moment, it's an advantage for us. But again, if we can score a couple of more goals, get our goal difference down to -7, that would be a start. Get it down to -6 would be better. But again, now I'm dreaming a little bit. So therefore, I would say it's very important for the team to continue playing. They did very, very well after a shaky start, scoring two very good goals. And now, first task, not concede. If we concede, then the match becomes very difficult. Because if we concede, you never know. Tide might turn. Suddenly, Chinese Taipei might have the upper hand. So for us, the main thing is not to concede at this stage, um, and then try and build on that. Try to uh, get a third, get a fourth, maybe get two quick goals, and then hope for something else. Because Chinese Taipei looked shaky after the second. It just isn't that we haven't been able to build on that. So therefore, that's going to be, I think, the biggest question for India. In this game, can we build on that or not? Did that transit now? And the World Cup would need to be also. Raj. Teams like Japan and Spain have negated the effect of lack of height by having excellent technique. Pedri, Gavi, Endo, Kubo, all short. Yeah, Sasha, exactly. If you are shorter, um, either you are technically better than the others, or you're physically strong enough to withstand, right? In that group, let's say take Endo out. Endo comes from his physicality game, remember, in Stuttgart. Uh, so this is the thing. If Anna had gotten the team after the qualification, she would have done wonders. Hannibal, I don't think she would have done wonders, but there is a ceiling to potential, I feel, right? If we like it or not. And that is something which we need to accept. And that's very, very difficult within Indian context. And yeah, that's the reality of things then. 73% possession for India, but 10 shots allowed should be unacceptable. Sasha, reality, no? That's why this whole possession stats, nice to have, good to have, but what value does it have, right? If let's say India had the stats and you have 9 chances, they have 10, right, on the board, and we were, let's say, 2-0 down, what would that 70% ball possession would have meant? Nothing, right? Reality. Does this issue of a joint conversation under 20 World Cup? Yes, as far as I know, yes. AIFF has improved for at least matches after this crisis. When they had money, they didn't even arrange matches for months. Raj, the point is, having money or not is not the question. It is the reality of that, having qualified, suddenly you are going to get matches. If you don't qualify, if you don't get to that level, again, under 17s, under 20s, none of the matches would have happened. Let's be clear about it. So therefore, that's the reality. Yeah, two more goals needed, but we need to be aware and cautious. Taipei will press higher now after break. Yes, I think Amelia didn't get enough time with the team. Yes, enough time or not, yeah. It's a question of the realities of things. Hey, Roshan, missed the first half. How was it? Roshan, shaky start. Um, you know, but if I look at it, they got better and better. Then score um, a good opportunistic goal from Bhumi. Then a good follow up just after the cooling break, as they call it, in the Asian Cup by Sivani. And suddenly we're 2 nil up. Had a few more chances here and there. Um, and at the other end, um, yeah, Chinese Taipei also had the chances. And they shouldn't have 10 shots. By having 0 possession means they're spending more time on the ball, meaning you should have better press defense and counter press. Sasha, it means a lot, but there are teams who play on counters. And look at Japan beating Spain and Germany in the last World Cup. They had about 20% ball possession and beat both of them, right? So therefore, Harjit Singh, performance at the back, not good, Hitesh. Two of the biggest chances she's given away by not clearing the ball. She's not, yeah, had her problems today. If they had that more staff, specifically on analysts, that is what I would present to team in order to win by more. Yeah. That way looked better on counters. Our defense was opened but couldn't convert it. Yeah, Raj, very true. Very, very true. And um, for me, at the moment, we um, need to be careful because to me, very important, we can't concede. Because if we concede, then, as I say, it changes the whole complexion of the game. You're traveling to the States for the World Cup, not at the moment, nothing planned. I know we need a coach who's experienced with national team, but just because if we had to, is it any better than Khalid or is it similar? Uh, Randy is way better than Khalid, in my opinion. Randy to me is of that whole generation the best Indian coach, and so therefore that would be it. But yeah, pace has been slowed down by our players. Don't think so. They tried to use the pace sometimes, but sometimes you have to slow it down because Southeast Asian teams like to play under pace, on pace, and that will be interesting to see um, what we do in the second 45. Both the teams attack. If India is facing African teams in May, as I heard, the physical was, I think, humiliation, loading. Bravo, we don't know who we're facing. We could be facing Nigeria, Jamaica, or someone else. I don't even know who we're facing in that Unity Cup first. And then we see who we're facing. Right? We played Jamaica. I remember 2002 and the Jam tour, and you know, so let's wait and see. Both the teams are back. Referee is in the middle of the park, ready to get the game started. Kick off India from left to right. Chinese Taipei steal the ball on the wing. India chasing. Cleared. Cleared. Oh, India keep it in. Nicely done. Long ball forward. Shivani across. Oh, yeah, there's someone to pick it up. And that's a throw in for Chinese Taipei. I think in the 17, we have three talented players. One of them, Basnet was a 5'8", and Akbar, but she's very small. Let's see, Hitesh. And always complain about refereeing. How do you see today's refereeing decisions? Nothing to say. In the women's game, there is not much to complain about refereeing anyway, and compared to the men's, I would say. If there's any players lacking speed, most important thing, I think soon it makes game looks good when I watch some Indian footballs. So slow 0.4x. Take the weather, take the ground, take other reasons. Yeah, let's see. Do you think that the proper exposure Manisha Kalyan team came after she played kind of well and scored against Brazil? Yeah, yeah. Vista was not a great future if you continue right path. Let's see what it is. Let's focus on this game. India clearing their lines, long ball forward. Chinese Taipei lose the ball. Shivani. Shivani pulls down Yong Yiping. Free kick for Chinese Taipei. Saturday, half an hour, 17 player Vivian Dika qualified with Thailand 20 yesterday. Roshan, yes, very interesting. A lot of these origin players deciding at younger age now to play for the countries of origin. Shivani being told off by the referee not to do it again. Doesn't look too happy. Ball cleared by India. India moving forward. Shivani wins the ball, does well, but loses it again. Chinese Taipei in the middle of the park. Forced to play it backwards by India. India doing well to deny their opponent space, time to play football. Ball through. Chinese Taipei maybe with a short attempt on goal. And that goes wide. Once again, Liao Ji Ning has been wasteful. Luckily, the striker. Either goalkeeper Ribansi or an Indian player in the way. India building up on the right. Remy with a long ball forward. That's a good ball. Pooja. Oh, Sivani wanted to take a long attempt, but I think, was it Kim or Bhumi in the way? Cleared by Sivani. Sivani playing much better after getting a goal. Yeah, sometimes you need those situations. You need to score to get your confidence up again. Oh, mistake by India. And cleared by Thobisana, who's stayed on despite picking up that injury in the first half. The ball goes out, throw in India. Remy to take it. Oh, India win, India lose. Chinese Taipei win the ball back. Oh, that's some nice skills on the edge of the box. Ning plays it through. Luckily, no shot from substitute Chi Ing Fu. Chi Fu down. And we have free kick. Brought down by Sulanjana. Dangerous position for India. All says to X9P. I think the Indian pitches are one of the reasons for the slow pace games and sticky passes. Well, yeah, pitches, and of course also the weather. Free kick outside of the box. Looks like an indirect free kick. Doesn't look like Taipei will take it direct. 52 plus minutes on the clock. India leading 2-0. Chip into the box. And oh, that's over. Lucky for India. Chuan Su Yu. Perfect header. Is that she's too close to the goal and heads it over. She's more than a head taller than her Indian counterparts. Oh, that was lucky for India to get away. India, yeah, lose the ball in the build-up. Japan now leading 2-1 against Australia. India building up. That's going to go. Shivani wins the corner in the end. Well done. Oh, corner India header. Sana heads it over. Taiwan with the counter-attacking move on the edge of the box, in the box, and cleared against Niang for a corner. Remy with the clearance. Corner for Chinese Taipei, 55 minutes on the clock. Substitute number 10, Hein Kao, to take it. Oh, headed out by India. And that is banged over by centre back Lo Yu Xiu. Good afternoon, Sid. Welcome back. Manchester United scored against Kambosak in first league semi-final of AFC Champions League 2. Interesting to see. Hey, Rushabh, welcome back. We have to score at least 6 goals in this, not 6, I mean 3. Yeah, Hannibal, 3 would be important, but also not to concede. That's the problem. We're on the edge. You're on the edge. Chinese Taipei, luckily, not clinical in front of goal. Therefore, we are still in with a chance. If we get a third, who knows? Chinese Taipei might collapse. That's my hope at the moment, or my wish. And those of you who are watching, you're liking, please leave a like behind. Share it with other people. And if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. We stand at 4,074 subscriptions. So thank you, as always, to everyone who is following, supporting Arun Foot. Winning team will call for next round if we scored at least 5 goals. No, Sid, it means nothing because it depends on the outcome of Jordan versus Uzbekistan. If someone scores 4 or 5 goals in that game, we're out. So if we want to ensure ourselves to be going forward, we need at least 7 goals because Vietnam has a goal difference of -5. Chinese type. That's a good ball through. Ribansi is there. We're able to score best type playing high up and leaving gaps. Leaving gaps, yes. High up, I wouldn't say. It's again, women's football at this level is dependent on mistakes, and yeah, there were individual mistakes which enabled us to get those chances. The second one is Shibani very smartly outsmarted the Chinese Taipei defender, but yeah, mistakes are part and parcel of this. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. India win the ball in the middle. Ball across to Shubhangi. Out to Sulanjana. In the middle. It's going to be with the keeper now. Yu Yi Jian. India intercept. Remy. Pooja. Shivani. Pooja, that could be a... Oh! Lingde Kim. Shivani does nicely. Pooja does nicely. And Linde Kim, yeah. That first touch. She can control the ball. Could have been India's third. Good play by India to get into that position. India win the ball back. Ball out to Shibani on the right. The first touch isn't too good, but Shibani into the box. Puts it wide. They show the replay. Shibani good into the box. Not that bad, actually. Meanwhile, Chinese Taipei at the other end. Ball into the danger area. Chinese Taipei blocked twice by India. Shivani. Pooja. Shivani. Linde Kim. Linde Kim on the right. Now a smart pass into the middle. Cleared by Chinese Taipei for a corner. Unity Cup going to be more difficult than GAFA Cup if India face even beat teams Nigeria and Jamaica. So let's see who they send, what they send, who we play. It's likely to be a semi-final, final third place playoff. So let's wait and see. Again, was Roshan. Yeah, Roshan potentially. But I thought still to get into that position. Corner for India in the 61st minute. Third corner for India. Headed out. That's a chance for Chinese Taipei to break. Don't have numbers behind. Yeah, and they lose it, luckily. End to end, says Raj. Zimbabwe is way ahead of us in ELO ratings. Rushabh, let's not go into ELO ratings and other things. Let's see who we play and how we play. Cleared by Chinese Taipei for an India throw-in. India in their backline. India playing nicely forward. Good ball combination. Pooja beats a marker, gets it across to Shivani. Stands wrongly, but back to Pooja. Pooja, middle could be a goal. No, it's not. And at the other end, nicely done by Chinese Taipei in an attacking position. Ning, Ning, no. Cow plays it out. India with one head. Therefore, was having a little crisis with the men's team at the minute. There is not for the. Yeah, they're not dependent on Leon Bailey, Sasha. Jamaica football and crisis has been since they've not qualified for the World Cup since '98. So I wouldn't take it too seriously. That's a good cross. And Ling, the game is too short. One thing I noticed in this team is they're panicking to clear ball. Yes, Raj, I totally agree with you on this point. There is always this like, okay, let's get this as far away as we can. And it's not always working. Hannibal says end to end, yes. And that's the danger. If India score a third, we could score 4 or 5. If they score a first, we might not win it. This is one of those weird games. The next goal will decide in which way this game will tilt. And at the moment, it's too open. None of the teams are trying to control affairs, allowing it to pan out, play out. Throw in India. Shuvangi. Good game for a neutral. Yes. Very good name. Raj, for a women's game at under 20 level. Yeah, of course, forget the mistakes. This game could be, I don't know, 7-5, 8-6. If you see the number of chances at both ends, nice play by India on that. Yeah, get it forward. That final pass sometimes is sadly missing. Sulanjana plays it back to Pooja. Into the box. Keeper clears it. And referee running over. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, there's a Chinese Taipei player on the ground. 2 substitutions. Neha and Shruti coming on. Shubhangi and Sulanjana going off. So Shruti and Neha coming on. Yeah. How good is Bangladesh? I mean, they just lost 2-0 to China. If we are to go 5, we'll face our neighbors. Yeah. Yeah. Over Shivani playing good. Yes, he is, but she could have scored a brilliant goal, but she could have had one or two more. Final touch missing. Yes, I'd say this nice touch play I've seen in a while. Yeah. Well done. Very good. I like how these girls are playing nice weighted passes in the gaps, but then seem lazy getting into the box quickly. Yeah, very true. Suchi defender, Neha attacking. Yes, Neha goes into the position of Sulanjana. Shruti in the place of Captain Chubangi. And I guess once more, the captain's armband will go to Cindy Colney. Neha coming on for India. Excellent. I suppose this is essentially Olympic team. Maybe there's a transition. No, Sasha, in the women's game, Olympics are senior women's, not like men's under 23s. So therefore, no chance for Olympics. All the substitutions done. Referee taking a lot of time. Even Chinese Taipei bringing on Xing Xuan Chen, number 6. Born injured Yongshan Lee. Meanwhile, Japan is leading 3-1 in the other game. India in attack. Need to be more on the edge of the box. Attempt goal words were easily collected by the keeper. Japan is too good for Australia, says Sasha. And Avani Prakash scored. Yes, Avani scored. And according to how Roshan, how Sasha explained it, supposedly a very, very good goal for Avani Prakash. India building up nicely. Just goes outside, throw in Chinese Taipei. India played forward. That's a good chance. Inside the box, Neha into the middle. And the positioning of the striker was just not good enough. At the other end, India need to be careful. So Indians can score goals against the Japanese team. Yeah, if Roshan want to see it, and apart from Fiji says Sasha, yeah, but even if it's third, fourth generation, Sasha, we will claim Avani Prakash to be Indian origin. Avani Prakash as a name, yeah, it's not difficult to claim it. And in Fiji, a lot of players, Roy Krishna, I guess, is a prime example of that. Throw in for Chinese Taipei. We're in the 70th minute. It's still Chinese Taipei nil, India 2. Would be a big win for India. Chinese Taipei clear their lines. India clear their lines. Chance maybe to counter attack. Chinese Taipei giving a lot of space in the middle. Could be an attempt. Not Neha on the left. Tries to get past the defender. And she clears for a throw in. Quite interesting how they managed to restrict Japan to 2-0. Now they're just too desperate, leaving so much spaces. Rishabh, every game is different, no? So it's about them, it's about the Japanese, it's about the Indian team. As I said, this match could now be 5-3, 6-4, 8-6. We've had that many chances. So let's see. Good time to score a third goal. Yes, would be brilliant time to score a third goal after little after 70 minutes, but not to concede a goal. That's also a thing we have to be careful about. India press foul on Neha. By Zinkao, number 10. Free kick for India from the left. Toss it one. Oh, keeper. Oh, keeps it out. Chance for India. Very lucky. Keeper Yu Jian. That's the thing with goalkeepers. And that's a brilliant one-handed save from the keeper. Shivani, looping header. And the keeper somehow, with one hand, keeps the ball out. That's Neha. Neha in the box. Neha in the box. Good save by the keeper. To see a different angle of the ball. Roshan didn't look to me. I don't think it did, but yeah. Chance Taipei lose the ball, or are they going to guess? They're going to get a free kick. If you would utilize more chance, you could have had chance to sneak into knockouts, right? Roshan, if you want to see the positives, I have to see the other side as well. Those kind of things are there. India clear their lines. Ball kept in by India. Now, or no, I felt also the ball had gone out. Yeah. Shivani not happy with that decision from the referee. Chance Taipei playing in themselves into the box. And good save by Ribansi. India keep it amongst themselves. 74 plus minutes. Nice idea. Once more showing that chance. Neha was not offside. Then she moved from the outside into the box. Good shot, but actually good save by the keeper. Cooling break. 75 minutes on the clock. both the teams as they show highlights. +77 minutes on the clock. India still leading 2-0. Yes, I've seen our under 17s have potential. Let's see what they can do. I really wish giving Tom a chance in India. Yes, we may not have the same financing and infra, but we're of similar stature as the Japanese, and his work wonders for us. Yeah, I don't think the financing and infra is the thing, Sasha. It's the commitment and the willingness to implement what he would have said, right? So that would have been my problem. Just love how the midfielders are calm when feeding the balls. If it were any other team, they'd be panicking like hell. Yeah, that's very true. Tarita Shivani is not good goalkeeping too. Russian goalkeeping in Asia is, as you know, a general problem. India counter-attacking move. Chance, no, cleared by Chinese Taipei. Cleared by Shu Yingslin. Double substitutions for Chinese Taipei, which Hannibal Tom Baya, the who's seen in Asia as one of the gurus of grassroots and youth football. We develop at light speed. We've stopped listening to the gyan we get from too many of who know that they're doing 1-4-1 now. Yeah, very right. Tom Baya, he's an American that moved to play in Japan and settled there. He's one of the best reasons that Japan is where he's currently is an expert in youth development. Yes, he is. India on that right flank. Into the box. Good save by keeper Suji Jian. Ball played forward. Hello. India clear their lines. So once he was quite far off, if India had by chance lost the ball played forward. Chinese Taipei. 81 minutes on the clock. And that ball goes out for a goal kick for India. So the situation as it stands in this group, Japan are going to win it. That is clear. And sorry, Chinese Taipei at the moment are on -9, like India. India will finish third, but -9 doesn't give. Yeah. doesn't give India the chance to put pressure on the team. Does Ribansia's Gopal look better than Mona Lisa? Roshan, she's looked better today. So more composed. Yeah. So that's the thing. Chinese Taipei keep the ball in on that left flank, ball into the middle. Yeah. Can India clear? Yes. So some news clips where they played some obscure teams from Canada and Chile, I think. Yeah, Sasha, this whole thing, it's a Mickey Mouse tournament at the end of the day. There's going to be one or two good teams and the rest don't count. 5-1 Japan. Wow, that's a beating. Chip the cue from the corner of the box. Just playing with the phone at this point. Yeah. And Chinese Taipei, but our coach doesn't know what to do, I feel. Manager Chin Chu Si. Ball play through. Can't control it. India somehow need goals. Chinese Taipei themselves trying to play. Oh, that's a long ball. Won't get to it. India win the ball back in the middle. On the right, Puja. Bhumi. Bhumi plays it back to Remy. Bhumi. Chinese Taipei. With a through ball, Andrew Bansi comes out, but offside given. Scooter into with News Laundry was popping up on my feed from last few days. Out of all people, they brought Scooter. Dada, please. Rushabh, I yeah, I said this, right? I'm very bad at this PR business. People need to help me, push me. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. The stamina of the Indian team surprising so far. Expected to dip. Yeah, Roshan, I think the advantage has been that Chinese Taipei, especially in the first half, didn't put that much of pressure physically um, and that has helped India as well. And you can see the girls are playing differently with confidence. This confidence does something to you. You know, the adrenaline rush. You're leading 2-0. It's different than when you're 2-0 behind and then you fall apart. So that's the big difference. To be honest, forwards lazy when it comes to getting the ball. Yeah, but that's because we're playing without forwards, right? I like this number going to replacement. Yeah, you're talking about Cindy Colney, the Mizo player. But again, we need to be assured that we don't make any mistakes in the last few minutes. Again, one more goal, and let's see India trying to play forward. All through. And is that a handball? It's given as a penalty. Penalty for India in the 86th minute. Handball against substitute Pin Sin Lin. Pin Sin Lin. Yeah. Neha. Yeah, the hand is off. Penalty for India. Looks like Shivani will take it. Shivani! That's a third for India. So this now could be crucial. Can they get one or two more goals? Yeah, it's a clean, good penalty. Oh, the keeper is nearly there, but the shot is too good. And I don't know why the keeper is doing this and she doesn't put her fingers out. India 3 against Chinese Taipei would be a big, big win for us, even if we're out of the tournament. Rishabh, that's always the conversation. Longer videos, details, this, that, and others who say shorter. Let's see. It's, I guess, too late for college to come over. Let's see, Roshan. We still have 2 plus X. At least let's get a fourth. But I love some of these stadiums. They're lovely. They've got tons of them. Long range attempt. Easy collection for Jian in goal for Chinese Taipei, who clear their lines. Long ball forward. And the Indian defense, really good. Thoibisana and Cindy, ball forward, India. Player out. And Chinese Taipei, concede a corner in the 89th minute. Corner for India. Taipei tries clear long. It's the ball out, but India have the ball back. Shruti. Well played. Cleared by and cross. Jian clears it with the Indian backline. Shruti. Or cross on the other side. Remy. Chinese Taipei with a counter. And India win the ball. Strong in defense. Counter-attacking move now for India. Ball doesn't get to Neha. Out to the wing. Shibani plays it across. 4 minutes of added time. We're already in the 92nd minute. Good ball in. Can India score a fourth? Shivani. India with another one up. But that is. The cross went over the line by Neha. We tried reels, yes. Rishabh, they want people don't want serious content. They want gossip. They want yeah, fake dreams. They don't want reality. That's the problem. Hi Arya, welcome back. Remy, resident, Chinese Taipei. Ball across, and that's a goal for Chinese Taipei. Xin Kao. And at least to follow an Indian tradition, why not concede? In injury time, it's 1-3 in favor of India. And that most probably robs us of the chance if any one of them, Uzbekistan or Jordan, win. Substitute Sinkao with the goal. It's let's say revenge for Senior Asian Cup. Yeah, Roshan maybe. Ball through, careful. And ball played back to the keeper. But I don't know. And in the end, India scored a memorable 3-1 victory against Chinese Taipei in the AFC Under 20 Women's Asian Cup. Will it be enough or not will depend on the outcome of the match between Uzbekistan and Jordan. If no one wins, if it's a draw, then India make it to the knockout stages. If one of those two teams win, then India out. You're welcome. They are playing after match end. Okay, only a draw can do now. Yes, only a draw can. No, or should we haven't? If Uzbekistan or Jordan, any one of those two win, they are through. And yeah, yeah. And no, I'm not. Yeah, but if that's your problem, then yeah, what to say? Let me quickly put out a tweet. 1 second. Second, let me just put up the tweet. And it's done. Yeah, right. As we went from fourth, it's fine. We lost because of conceding so many goals in previous matches. They just most things going to score, says Raj. Only Vietnam didn't defeat Bangladesh yesterday, so we've gone through. So what's the change in table goal difference? Changing goal difference, we move up to -9 with this win. Right. Um, Uzbekistan, Jordan have -8 and -9. So if whoever wins that game, Jordan moves to -8, Uzbekistan moves to -7. So they would, on goal difference, go ahead. Yeah. So therefore that's the situation for us in this group at this stage. Could have easily scored more goals. Finishing isn't good enough. Tigers, and these kind of statements I'm always wary about, because yes, we could have scored, but also we could have conceded more, right? So therefore, it's not one-way street. It's always is like, yeah, we could have scored more. This, that, everything. Yeah, of course we could have scored more, 100%. But we have to be honest enough to ourselves also to say, you know what, the opponent also could have scored or should have scored. So therefore, it's not a one-way street. It's saying, hey, listen, we won 3-1. Okay, we would have won 5-1. No, most probably maybe 5-3, maybe even 5-4. We don't know. Most like John ends in a draw we are going through. Yes, Arya, that's the situation. I really have no hopes. Young girls, with due respect. Why, Rahul? That's better than what we've seen, though we won't qualify, but still happy. Want to see group stage. Exactly, Prasanjit. Let's keep it at that. I'm not seeing the match draw if one also. So let's wait and see, Raj. Again, to me, our most important thing is that we've seen something, a little bit of hope. And therefore, I'll take that. I'll take that given the scenario. And as overall, the match could have got many more goals, Roshan. Again, 3-1 is fine. As I said, if it was a 7-5, 8-6, I think nobody could have said anything about it, right? The game was that crazy. So therefore, yeah, that's the truth. One, two of these players should target going abroad. Let's see, Prasanjit. China not score a single. Not score a single goal. Who says? They just scored one, huh? They scored one against us, huh? Injury time. But win deserved. Yes, 100% Roshan. We were better. I was worried in the first 5-7 minutes because we looked shaky. Then we got into the game, got ourselves into shape, and we played a very good game. And deserving win, no doubt about it. To be honest, girls' player awareness is better than seniors, even sometimes better than men's. Yeah, no, the awareness is good. My only problem is that physicality part, which I've mentioned, which was exposed badly against the Australians, right? Um, so that's the thing where we are. Did we win AFC Asian Cup game first time after 2019? Oh, that's a good question. I think yes. 2019. And we played in 23 and 24 of the men's. Mm, the women's also we lost. Yeah, that's the first time, I would think. Japan was Australia. Japan won 5-2 in the end. That's the outcome of that game. Right. And with that, slowly, I want to come to an end of this live watch along. India scored a memorable 3-1 victory against Chinese Taipei. And now we have to wait what happens in Group B, in which Uzbekistan and Jordan face each other. And if it by any chance ends in a draw, our girls stay in the tournament and then would have to face China, mighty China. My worries, which I saw in Arunava 2, is the gap of goalkeeping, which is coming up. Yeah, Ocean, massive. So I think we could have utilized Unity Cup and following tour if Khalid was sacked. Arya, those are friendly tournaments, friendly matches. Don't overvalue them, undervalue them at the moment. The AIFF doesn't have money, so Khalid is there. Khalid will stay. Our players need tradition for sure. Raj, I don't know if that's the problem in for proper project mission. Let's see. Japan players are shorter than Matildas. Yes, Raj, they are. Most of them are. So height is certainly not in the side of the Japanese, but they still play good football, right? So therefore, um, realities of things, right? So Indian players to watch from this team, surely at the back, Cindy, young goalkeeper, Shivani, nice attacker. I don't think she's an out and out striker to me. She's more of a, she was on the wing, she was a 10, right? So this team, so those would be, you know, would be the standouts. Sad truth that this result won't get the hype like Mid Cup. Yeah, Roshan, exactly. Nigeria, Jamaicans will play the cup with us. Hannibal, if it's confirmed, yes, I've not seen an official announcement from the organizers. So until the organizers come out and make a statement, I wait for that official one to come out, and then yes, that's likely to be the teams that will play that tournament, and would be good, great exposure. Or the Indian football team. I'll go back to 2000, 2001, 2002, when the Indian football team regularly used to play in the UK on summer tours. Therefore, that would be good. Again, the goals in Australia and Chinese Taipei. Yeah. Not BK plays in UT Cup Liston Jackson. Are XNP, who cares? Sandesh Ramos. Okay. For me, again, you cannot go to the Unity Cup and say, oh, you know what, you're going to try and test players and then you're going to get whacked. That's the other problem. Our captain performance throughout the Asian Cup was great, putting body on the line, made some important blocks. Yeah, Raj. Not Jackson is not she plays. Yeah, but who do you want to play in their position? Who's the player to come in? Captain is good. Also sing. Yeah, Shivani. Yeah, she is also a sing X9P. What do you make from announcement coach of Ruan Joachim after Australia match? Honest, honest. I thought he was honest. I can't wait for Liston Curl against Nigeria, says Anya. China is not tough relative to other top teams. Easiest possible almost were to Japan or Deep Korea or Australia. They just, if you're going to tell me that China is an easy quarter final opponent compared to the others, from where we stand, let's not get into that conversation. Listen, sending ball from London, nice try. Okay. So therefore, with that, I don't think so. The organizers will set the semifinals for the Unity Cup. So therefore, let's end this. I might think about doing something later on tonight, 9:45 Indian football and more. Let me see if I can get time of work. Then I would do it. Otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow for a top clash, Bangalore. Bangalore. I'm saying Jamshedpur FC versus Mumbai City. Back to ISL. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we have an additional match coming up in the tournament. Let's wait and see what happens. But great win tonight. And Chinese, seriously, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, let's see. And I'll catch you. As I said, if you haven't, do like, do share. If you haven't, do subscribe to Arunfoot. Let's grow the Arunfoot community. Thank you to all of you who've been following it or who are new to the family. And watch the short one, which I did, Game Week 7 review on the Indian Super League. And that's the thing. Thanks a lot. And I'll maybe catch you later. Otherwise, catch you tomorrow. Bye.